Hello and welcome to another episode of What the Fuck? Moments in Manga and Anime. Servant and Lord is a clean 16 plus boys love. But my toxic trait is that I like to go into things completely blind, which means I didn't read the reviews, and I fucking should've. Daniel Gray becomes the music tutor of rich boy Christian Ives. I see what you did there. However, this whole story begins when they are 19 and 11. Little Chris's dad is kind of neglectful, so he's happy to have somebody around his own age to talk to. However, he immediately becomes straight up possessive of Daniel, acting out in petty jealousy anytime Daniel wants to hang out with his own friends. And Dan just kind of puts up with it because he knows Christian is a lonely child. Disaster strikes, and Daniel ends up losing his parents. Mr. Ives pays the family's debts and takes in Dan to repay it. Over the years, Daniel becomes kind of an assistant to him, seeing situations that could possibly lead to Dan leaving the manor. A now 15-year-old Chris resorts to any kind of sabotage to keep him there. Luckily, Mr. Ives notices that his child is out of control, but instead of calling Maury, he decides to ship him off to boarding school. Dan is worried about Chris being so far from home and being alone again. However, Dan shows us a flashback that shows that he has had inappropriate thoughts about his young friend. So yeah, even he knows that the two of them being separated is the best thing. Their relationship is not healthy. Fast forward, Chris is now 18, and he decides to bash back into Daniel's life like the fucking Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah, I heard a rumor you were getting married. Not on my watch, bitch. Dan's happy to see him, yet he's still weirded out by the past. And all because of a rumor, Chris was ready to step right back onto his sabotage game. Two of them are now adults, and Chris wants that relationship. The Stage 5 clinger manages to weasel his way into a job at Daniel's business. Honestly, if more focus had been on this part of the servant and lord trading places, it could have been something. They could have humbled each other and learned to see each other as equal adults. Maybe Chris would have learned to stop being such a d-bag. But sadly, no, it's not fleshed out. Instead, the whole first half of that book is just them in the past. I wanted a story about two grown-ass adults, but no, a lot of it is one grown-ass adult willingly riding a struggle bus driven by a bitch-ass kid who is completely enamored with him. All of these years, he's still the same old Chris, getting all up in Dan's ear saying, oh, you know, you could have left that manor anytime you wanted. I know you could have. I know you stayed for me. Of course, Dan denies that, but, that flashback, not looking so cute. I don't know, bestie, the whole thing just leaves me uncomfy. Sure, the two eventually do get together, but at that point I didn't really give a shit. Christian doesn't really learn anything. He's a petty asshat all the way to the end. And Dan only gives in because he doesn't want Christian to be lonely. I don't know, bestie, having to read this again just to get my facts straight just makes me want my money back even more. So, save your money, honey, because this one just ain't it.